Meteorologist Matthew East here with you, and the weather on the One's Forecast Center, the Christmas Eve edition of the Carolina weather video. A lot of ground to cover today. Let's get right into it. I'll start off with a look at the Greensboro tower camera this morning. And yeah, at the point I'm cutting this video, which is during the 5 a.m. hour, socked in with rain in much of the region. And you can see there that visibility very low, temperature 43 there at the PTI Airport in Greensboro. Northeast winds still in place across much of North Carolina as well. There's your highs yesterday. Temperatures slowly rose up into the 40s, and a lot of us are actually still in the 40s at the time I'm cutting the video. There are your current temperatures, and again, this is during the 5 o'clock hour. 45 in Charlotte, 43 in Greensboro. Raleigh still at 49, but look at Charleston at 70. Warm front down across South Carolina, slowly lifting to the north, and that's going to continue to lift north here as we go through this Christmas Eve. You can just look at the wind directions and kind of notice the difference here. Notice Myrtle Beach with a south wind, Wilmington and the North Carolina coast with a southeasterly wind, but still northeasterly winds in place here across the Piedmont zones, and so you have a warm front situated somewhere right around there as we speak, gradually lifting to the north. To the south of the warm front, that's where the unstable air resides, and that's where there's an ongoing severe weather threat, which I'll show you. Now, as the day unfolds, that warm front will continue to lift further to the north, as you see there, and temperatures will slowly climb across North Carolina, too. Now, let's take a spin around the radar this morning. I tell you what, we are absolutely socked in with occasionally moderate to heavy rain. You see those shadings of yellow and orange. That's where the rain is really, really coming down. Let me just kind of spin around from one spot to the next. And of course, this is dated as you're watching this video, but I just wanted to show you the degree to which we have this rain continuing to move through parts of the region. It is really coming down. There's the Charlotte metro area. You get down into South Carolina. Same deal there. Lots and lots of rain continuing to come down. Let's go to the broader perspective on the radar imagery this morning. This is over the past couple of hours as I'm cutting this video. And you notice even down here into Alabama and Georgia, you have this area of rain that continues to gradually lift northeastward. So we're going to see some rain for a while here on this Christmas Eve. Ongoing severe thunderstorm warning there in southwestern Georgia, and then those red shaded counties, that's an ongoing tornado watch, and that's where the current severe weather threat resides. There was a good number of severe weather incidents yesterday, anywhere from some hail to damaging wind gusts to some tornadic activity. Tragically, several people lost their lives yesterday in southern Mississippi due to an apparent tornado. Just a bad, tragic situation there. You hate to see that anytime, but especially tough here just prior to Christmas. Rain totals have been very, very generous with this system. You can see the brighter shadings of pink and purple. That's where you're getting up in the 5 to 10 plus inch range, and those rain totals coming up here in the Carolinas as well. And we'll have to keep an eye on especially the urban flash flooding issues as this Christmas Eve unfolds. So again, your greatest severe weather threat today is going to stay confined to the coastal plains of North and South Carolina down into Georgia. That's where the air mass will be a little bit more unstable. For that reason, there's your marginal severe weather threat area from the Storm Prediction Center, basically I-95 and points south and east. General thunderstorm outlook further to the northwest. So for the Charlotte and the Triad zones, I don't think we're going to have any big severe weather problems at all. Can't rule out certainly some gusty winds. In fact, a lot of us seeing some gusty winds even outside of any thunderstorms today. But the greatest severe weather threat is closer to the coast. So here's how this plays out. Cold front will eventually work in from the west. I think the rain stays with us through much of the day here, but it will become more scattered in nature as we go through the afternoon and into the evening hours. That's when we continue to have the chance of a few thunderstorms as well. And as always, when you're dealing with a warm front moving in and the erosion of a wedge, the temperature forecast very challenging. You notice at 1 o'clock, the RPM modeling indicating 71 in Columbia, 60s for the I-85 corridor. So again, it's going to be a really challenging temperature deal today. Look at the winds here. They'll be cranking out of the south anywhere from 10 to 25 plus miles per hour with some higher gusts. And then tonight, those winds kick around out of the west, and it'll stay pretty breezy here as the night unfolds. Excuse me. Now, let's take a look at the additional rain totals Pretty good rain totals still to come here across the region. A lot of folks still could pick up, from the time I'm cutting this video, still another additional 1 to 2 inches plus of rainfall. Now, the good news here is that all this is gone in time for a beautiful Christmas Day forecast. Looks great tomorrow. Your Christmas highs in the 50s once you get outside of the mountains, and the weather continues to look very, very nice for us into Friday and Saturday, too. There's a sneak peek at your Friday highs across the region. Then we get towards Sunday and Monday. That's when the next round of rain begins to move on in. Let me show you some of the more detailed modeling here. We'll start with the GFS for Sunday evening. And that's a cool rain scenario. Winds out of the northeast there on the GFS model. Not cool enough for wintry precip, but certainly a cool rain. Now, the European model is a little bit further to the northwest with the low and the front associated with it. So it's a bit of a warmer scenario on the European model there for Sunday into Monday. There's, again, back to the GFS. This is Monday afternoon. You're looking at additional rain. So it looks like a good deal of rain. Probably not nearly as heavy as what we're seeing this morning, but some rain at times Sunday into Monday. And for quite a while, we've been hinting at a pattern change as we get right around the new year. No changes to my thinking here. This is right as we are ringing in the new year on the just in-house 6Z run of the GFS, cranking north winds with precipitation around. If you're wondering, this is what the 800, well, I didn't actually put that in there, but the 850 millibar temperatures are sub-freezing there through the mountains and creeping into the northern foothills. So that is close to a winter weather threat outside of the mountains, but taken verbatim, not quite there. But tons of very, very cold air spilling through the plains in the Midwest, and that's going to continue to try to bleed into the region as we get through early January. In fact, this is New Year's morning on the European model. You don't have the precipitation around, but you have plenty of cold air around in much of the lower 48. And you look down to the Gulf of Mexico in the European model, that is where you have a system brewing on that particular model, which on this latest run of the European gets here during the day of January 2nd. And that is taken at face value, very close to winter weather. That is your 850 millibar temperatures, sub-freezing roughly down to I-85. So winter weather fans, hang in there. I think some opportunities could be coming here as we get right around the new year and some big pattern changes begin to unfold for us. All right, that is it for today's edition. I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed, Merry Christmas. And be safe, enjoy the company of family and friends, and I'll be back with a new edition of the video on Friday morning. Everybody have a great holiday, and God bless.